Hello student, welcome once again. I am Dr. Rohit Chakravarti. Welcome you on my chemistry channel, that is Amazing Chemistry. I am an educator and scientist by profession. So this is the fifth video of chemical kinetics. So today we are going to start with the half-life of a reaction along with some numericals. Then I will discuss about Arrhenius equation, then Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution curve, and a little bit about the effect of catalyst also in this video. Okay. So without wasting any more time, let's start with the topic. So what is half-life of a reaction? Half-life is the time in which the concentration of a reactant is reduced to 1/2 of its initial concentration. This is called half-life. So this represented as T half for zero order reaction. K is equal to R0 minus R over T. At T is equal to T half, because it is a half-life, we are talking about the half-life. So how we can write down? R is equal to half of R0, like because initially the concentration is R0. So after a period of time, like after T half, it will be half over R0. Alright. Now K is equal to R0 minus half over R0, that is T half. So we can write down T half is equal to R0 over 2K. Alright. So T half for zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration of a reactant and inversely proportional to the rate constant. So K is equal to 1 upon T ln R0 over R, or we can write down, because if we write down log base 10, so it will be 2.303 upon T log R0 over R. So at time T half, R is equal to, we can write down R0 over 2. So K is equal to T 2.303 upon T half. We can write down R is equal to R0 by 2. So this 2 will come on the numerator side. So how we can write down? K is equal to 2.303 upon T half log 2, value of log 2 is 0.301. So when we multiply, we will get the value T half is equal to 0.693 upon K. So for the first order reaction, T half is independent of R0 and hence constant. So half-life of a reaction with nth order is given by T half is equal to 1 upon R0 n minus 1 for the nth order. Okay. So therefore for zero order reaction, T half is directly proportional to R0, and for first order reaction, T half is independent of R0. These are some important statements. Take a snapshot of this. And for the second order reaction, T half is inversely proportional to the R0. So these are the three statements which are very important. Alright. Now coming on to the numerical part, suppose in this reaction what is given, this question is there in your NCERT. So क्या लिखा हुआ है इसमें एक बार पढ़ लेते हैं. The half-life of a radioactive decay of carbon-14 is 5730 year. An archaeological artifact containing wood had only 80% of carbon-14 found in living tree. So calculate the age of the sample. यहाँ पे उसने age of the sample calculate करने को बोला है. We know that T half is, अभी मैंने ऊपर describe किया आप लोगों को, that T half is equal to 0.693 upon K. So K is equal to 0.693 upon T half. Here T half half-life of given है यहाँ पे हमारे पास 5730. So we can write down from here, we can calculate the value of K. Now we know T is equal to 2.303 upon K log R0 over R. So here we have to put the value. So what we get, this is the, on calculation, this is the value we get. So log 100 over 80, we can write down 1.25, and the value of 1.25, log 1.25 is 0.0969. So once we calculate this, we will get the answer 1845. That is 1845 year. This is the very simple question given in your NCERT. Okay. So you can take a snapshot of this problem, the solution which I have given. Okay, and here also. So it's all about, this is all about the half-life of a reaction. Okay. Now moving on to what is the temperature dependence of a rate of a reaction, that how rate of reaction gets changed on increase or decrease in the temperature. So देख लेते हैं एक बार क्या लिखा है. Most chemical reactions are accelerated by the increase in temperature. So it has been found that for a chemical reaction with rise in temperature by every 10 degrees Celsius, the rate constant is nearly doubled. Example of this is N2O5. For the decomposition of N2O5, time taken for half of the original amount to decompose is 12 minutes at 50 degrees Celsius. However, 5 hours at 25 degrees Celsius and 10 days for 0 degrees Celsius. So here you can see there is a significant difference, which shows that there is a dependence of a rate of reaction on the temperature. So there is a good impact of temperature on the rate of reaction. So the effect of a temperature is usually expressed in terms of temperature coefficient. Okay. Now moving on to a very important topic of this unit, chemical kinetics, that is Arrhenius equation. So the temperature difference of a rate of a chemical equation is expressed by K is equal to A e to the power minus EA upon RT, where A is known as Arrhenius factor or frequency factor, also called as pre-exponential factor. It is specific to a particular reaction. Okay, R is a gas constant, its value is 8.31. EA is the activation energy measured in joules per mole. So Arrhenius equation is a quantitative relationship between the rate constant and the temperature. It explains that products are the products are formed through an intermediate or activated complex. Here I have written a reaction where what happened, hydrogen reacts with the iodine to form hydrogen iodide. So here I have written, this is the intermediate formation I have shown. So through this, actually what happened, normally we write down this reaction only, but there is a formation of intermediate, okay, according to Arrhenius. So this is the intermediate formation. From this we will get the 2 moles of hydrogen iodide. So what is activation energy? Energy that is needed to form the intermediate is called activated complex, and this energy which is required for the formation of activated complex is known as activation energy. It is the extra energy required by the reactant molecule that result into effective collision between them to form the product. Okay, so to convert a reactant to product, they have to cross an energy barrier which is known as potential barrier. Okay, and achieve the threshold energy. Here I have shown a graph between the potential energy and the reaction coordinate. So here I have written the plot between the potential energy and the reaction coordinate. Here what I have shown, a reaction between hydrogen and iodine. Okay, so this is the delta H, this is the product, this is the activation energy. So this is the minimum amount of energy which reactant has to cross over to form the product. So here it is given 2 important points, that the threshold energy is the minimum energy which colliding molecule must have for an effective collision. Secondly, effective collision are those collisions which lead to the formation of a product. Okay, so hope you can understand that threshold energy is the minimum energy that is required by the reactant to form the product to cross the barrier. Alright, so this is the plot between the potential energy and the reaction coordinate. So the minimum energy required to form the product by the reactant is known as threshold energy. Okay, now coming on to the Maxwell-Boltz's distribution curve. पढ़ लेते हैं क्या लिखा है इसमें. All molecules of a reactant do not have the same kinetic energy, but fractions of molecule having particular kinetic energy at a particular time and a particular temperature. Okay, so all the molecules have at a particular temperature having certain kinetic energy. So the distribution of a kinetic energy may be describing plotting the fractions of molecule Ne and Nt with a given kinetic energy. This is called Maxwell distribution of energy, where Ne is known as number of molecules with energy E and Nt is the total number of molecules. So peak of a curve represented the kinetic energy possessed by the maximum fraction of molecule is known as most probable kinetic energy. Very less number of molecule possesses either very low or very high kinetic energy. Most of the molecules have average or intermediate kinetic energy between most probable kinetic energy and the lowest kinetic energy. So here again there is a curve. So let me discuss with you what this curve is talking about. So here what is written, this is the kinetic energy. This graph is between the fraction of molecule and the kinetic energy. So here it is shown, there is a curve and this is known as most probable kinetic energy. So what happened on this is the distribution curve showing energies among gaseous molecules. Okay, let me show you the diagram which is exactly given in your NCERT book also. So this is your NCERT book. Here the diagrams have been given. This is the first diagram which I have already discussed about the activation energy required to form the activated complex, hence result in the formation of a product. Alright, and this is the distribution curve showing energies among gaseous molecule. Okay, and this one is the third graph, distribution curve showing the temperature dependence rate of a reaction. Okay, so it shows the temperature dependence, and this is the fraction of molecule. What happened? This is the activation energy, and this area shows the fraction of additional molecules which react at T plus 10. Okay, so here it is given over here. Alright, now let's see the theoretical part. So on raising the temperature to T plus 10, maximum of the curve shift to higher kinetic energy. So there is a shift over here towards the higher kinetic energy. There is a shift over here towards the higher kinetic energy, and the curve spread to right, which shows to right such that there is a greater proportion of molecule which with much high energies. However, total area under curve must be constant, since total probability must be 1 at all time. Therefore, we can easily determine the activation energy with Maxwell-Boltz's distribution curve. So this is the importance of the Maxwell distribution curve. We can easily determine the activation energy through this. Okay. So now coming on to the next topic, that is in Arrhenius equation, K is equal to A e to the power minus E. Ea is your activation energy. So the factor e to the power minus E upon RT represent the fractions of the molecule that have a kinetic energy more than that of activation energy. So it is clear from the Arrhenius equation that increase the temperature or decreasing the activation energy will result in a rate of reaction at an exponential increase. So if we decrease the activation energy and increase the temperature, it will result in an increase in the rate of reaction. Automatically we know that if the activation energy get decreased, so easily a product get formed, and whenever we give higher temperature, the probability of formation of the product is higher. As reactions are at higher temperature, easily products are formed. So what we can write down, that increase in the temperature or decrease in the activation energy would result in an increase in the rate of reaction and an exponential increase in the rate constant. So slope of the plot gives value of the minus E upon R, and the intercept gives value of the ln. So here we have discussed about the plot between the ln K, plot between the K and the 1 by T. Okay, so what is written over here, activation energy and Ea can also be determined from the rate constant at two different temperature. Here we can write down ln K is equal to minus Ea over RT plus ln A. So ln K is equal to Ea, क्योंकि इधर हम लोगों ने क्या किया है, log A कर दिया है. So we can write down 2.303 RT. So where K1 and K2 with the rate constant and temperature T1 and T2. So we can write down these two equations at temperature T1 and temperature T2. A is the constant for a given reaction. So we can write down in this way also. Log K2 minus K1. If we इसमें से इसको हम subtract करते हैं, we can write down in this way also. So this is the rate equation at temperature T1 and T2. Hope आप लोगों को समझ में आ गया होगा. So this is all about today. So I have completed activation energy, Arrhenius equation and Maxwell-Boltz. So this is the complete description about this. Hope you have enjoyed and learned a lot from this video. Thank you.